I'm Whitney Bond, and this is 29-Minute Meals, the web series where I'll show you how to make a delicious recipe in 29 minutes or less. Today, we're making one-pot bruschetta chicken parmesan. I love this recipe because it's quick and easy and so flavorful. So what you're gonna need for this recipe is 2 chicken breasts, which we're gonna slice through the middle, so butterfly it into 4 pieces of chicken. We need about 2 tablespoons olive oil, Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs, fresh basil, thyme, oregano, salt, and pepper. And then we're also gonna top it with the tomato basil bruschetta. So for that, you're going to need Roma tomatoes and olive oil, balsamic vinegar, garlic, red onion, salt, pepper, and fresh basil. And then you're also gonna need some fresh mozzarella to top the chicken parmesan. So let's get cooking. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by putting the breadcrumbs onto either a large rimmed plate or in a large bowl. You just want to be able to take the chicken and bread it in there. And then we're going to add our fresh basil to that, and our oregano and thyme, the salt and pepper, and Parmesan cheese. And then we're gonna mix all of that together. And now I've got this heated about medium heat. We're gonna turn it down just a little bit. And I'm gonna add the olive oil to our pan. And now we're gonna take the chicken and we're just gonna lightly dredge it in this breadcrumb and Italian seasoning mix. And then we're gonna add it over here. And we're gonna do this for each chicken breast. All right, so we're gonna let this cook down for about 4 to 5 minutes per side. And in the meantime, we're gonna make our tomato basil bruschetta. So what we do for the bruschetta is I have taken basically the tomato bruschetta recipe from my blog, which I absolutely love, and I've cut it in half for this recipe. You can make the whole recipe and then have some extra bruschetta to put on top of a little baguette. So good. But you're gonna need 3 diced Roma tomatoes, about 1/4 cup of red onion, about 2 or 3 cloves of garlic minced, and then we're gonna add to that olive oil and a little balsamic vinegar. And then we're gonna add some salt and pepper. And some fresh basil. And then we're just gonna mix this up. And voila, this delicious, flavorful, it smells so fresh and amazing. Tomato basil bruschetta is ready to go on our chicken. So I'm just gonna flip the chicken. And we're gonna let this go for just another 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're gonna top it with our fresh mozzarella cheese and tomato basil bruschetta. All right, so I've got some fresh mozzarella. You could also use just a shredded mozzarella. I just really love the flavor of the fresh mozzarella. So I've sliced that up. We're gonna put that on top. And then we're going to spoon this fresh and delicious tomato basil bruschetta right over the top. It's amazing how quickly all these really delicious flavors cook right into the chicken. And then the bruschetta is gonna be like your sauce. And while this is cooking, you can also boil some water and cook some pasta or some zucchini noodles to go on the side. All right, so now we're going to cover this up. We're gonna turn the heat to low and we're gonna let it simmer for just about 10 minutes. So now that our bruschetta chicken parmesan has been covered and simmering for about 10 minutes, we're gonna take off the lid. Give it a good whiff because it smells so good. And then we're going to take our tongs and plate it on, I I have a little bit of spaghetti over here, and you can see the mozzarella just oozing off the top. Yum. And then I'm actually gonna take a spoon so I can be sure and get all the delicious bruschetta as the sauce on top. And then I'm gonna take a little fresh Parmesan and grate that right over the top. Oops, lost a little piece. And put a little fresh basil right on top. Whoop. And dig in. Like I said, this is a really great weeknight meal, or it could be a special occasion meal like Valentine's Day, which is coming up. And no one will know it's so easy because it's so delicious. Amazing. Okay, now it's time for Whitney's 1 minute of fun. And if you hadn't guessed already, I'm talking about wine pairings, and today I'm pairing this delicious chicken parmesan with a brut rosé. I love a sparkling rosé because you've got a little bit of bubbles, a little pink, and it just pairs perfectly with the acidity from the tomatoes here, the crispness of the chicken. It's great for a pasta dish and perfect if you're making this dish for Valentine's Day, whether it's for yourself, for a friend, or for a loved one. So cheers! Thank you all so much for watching Whitney's 1 minute of fun and 29-minute meals this week. There's a new episode on my YouTube channel every Wednesday, so be sure to tune in, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and be sure to look down in the description below where I'll talk about all of the things that I used in this recipe, as well as links to all of my social media channels so we can connect on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I'm on all of them. Cheers!